Hi everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're exploring a totally fascinating intersection. It's that sweet spot where boots on the ground industry experience literally collides with cutting-edge technological innovation. So, if you've ever found yourself wondering what the actual future of supply chain management looks like, well, you're definitely in the right place. We're going to unpack the professional background of Das Subburaj and see exactly how he represents the next generation of operations talent.
Okay, let's dive into this. What actually makes a modern supply chain leader? It's not just about moving physical boxes around anymore. It's about moving data, optimizing massive systems, and, this is absolutely crucial, anticipating bottlenecks way before they even happen. To answer this question, we're taking a close look at Das Subburaj, a real innovator based out of Mumbai, India. His career trajectory gives us a perfect case study on how a modern operations leader evolves to meet the relentless demands of today's fast-moving, globalized business landscape.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, a foundation in global logistics.
10+ years. That number right there represents Das's overall professional experience. And why does a full decade matter so much? Well, in operations, reliability is pretty much everything. 10 years in the workforce demonstrates a genuinely proven track record. It shows us someone who has navigated all sorts of different professional environments, built up serious workplace resilience, and truly understands the fundamental day-to-day rhythms of business operations.
Now, building directly on top of that solid baseline, we have 6+ years dedicated deeply to international logistics, supply chain operations, and freight forwarding. Just to be clear, this isn't some generalized administrative experience. No, this is highly specialized trial-by-fire industry knowledge. These 6 years mean Dans has spent literally thousands of hours deep in the trenches, dealing with the very real, often very messy complexities of moving goods efficiently across international borders.
Das has managed end-to-end shipment operations across air, ocean, and road freight. The whole shebang. We're talking about mastering incredibly vital, complex concepts like Incoterms, coordinating seamlessly with various carriers, meticulously managing import and export documentation, and of course, keeping customers happy through really proactive relationship management. This hands-on, multimodal freight experience is exactly what gives him the essential domain knowledge needed to truly innovate. Because, let's face it, you simply cannot optimize a process you don't deeply understand.
Which brings us to Section 2, the AI-enabled operations leap. And this brilliantly illustrates his competitive edge. Think about it. On one side, you've got your standard, traditional logistics work, manual documentation, time-consuming tracking procedures. It's totally necessary, sure, but it can be a massive bottleneck. But on the other side, you have Das's proactive expansion into AI-enabled workflows. He's taking that manual drudgery and replacing it with tech-forward efficiency. He's effectively bridging that critical gap between legacy logistics systems and modern artificial intelligence. It's a real game-changer.
So let's break down exactly how he pulls this off. Das actively utilizes cutting-edge tools. We're talking ChatGPT, Claude, and Microsoft Copilot. And because he possesses that deep logistics background we just talked about, he knows exactly how to prompt these AI models effectively. He uses them to streamline heavy documentation, rapidly create and update standard operating procedures, and vastly improve his reporting workflows. This isn't just playing around with new tech. This is a highly targeted, deliberate strategy to drive overall operational efficiency.
Moving right along to Section 3, adding value at Mavenswood.
Here, we see the sequential value Das brings to global cross-functional teams, broken down into 3 distinct steps. First, it starts with a clear willingness and the actual ability to jump right in and solve immediate pressing operational challenges. Then, from there, he elevates his focus to improving those underlying business processes systemically, so the same issues don't just keep repeating. And finally, he scales those solutions. He absolutely thrives on taking immediate, localized problem-solving and transforming it into large-scale, sustainable global operations. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is hearing this translated through his own authentic voice. It's incredibly revealing. Das states, "I believe my combination of logistics expertise, operations management, and AI-assisted workflow optimization allows me to add value." He explicitly targets operations, supply chain, business operations, and digital transformation initiatives. That right there shows a profound self-awareness. He knows exactly how his unique skills intersect, and more importantly, how that intersection drives tangible, real-world business results.
And that leads us to our final part, Section 4, building scalable global operations.
The really crucial takeaway point here is mutual fit. Das is actively seeking a long-term opportunity where his deep passion for continuous learning perfectly meets the practical application of building scalable global ops. He isn't just out there looking for a job. He's looking for an environment where he can contribute meaningfully, keep his technical skills incredibly sharp, and genuinely help a company expand its global footprint, both intelligently and efficiently.
So, all of this leaves us with a pretty pivotal question. Is your team ready to build scalable global operations with an AI-empowered leader? We've just seen a full decade of baseline professional experience, over 6 years of highly specialized global logistics mastery, and a remarkably successful leap into AI-driven operational efficiency. Subburaj represents a truly rare hybrid of deep operational knowledge and modern technical fluency. The real question is, are you ready to harness that potential? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope you found this breakdown as fascinating as I did.